Hey guys, welcome back, and today we are doing my building tips, which are pretty good. They're pretty good tips that you can use. So we are going to start with pretty much not much. All these walls, which they're not much really. So first off, this is just a really basic wall, and maybe you can add some depth. You know, a bit of depth, not too much really. And then maybe if you want to, wouldn't really work with windows. I suppose you could just put a little bit of a line right there, and pillar and stuff. But this one will work more windows, so just cut windows here, you know. Anyway, this is a bit of a depth design that will work with the inner walls, which it's not that magnificent, but notice how the spruce matches the dark oak. That's pretty good. Now, if you want, you could do something where you can add a bottom layer, which does improve the looks, but it doesn't really on this one. Or you could just add some trapdoors, which I think adds a bit too much depth. So now, I'm going to go to the windows. So, this is just your basic window, you know. Some people have this. Personally, it looks a bit ugly, but you can add a bit of depth, but you might as well raise it up a little bit. It looks a lot better, and well, on the inside you get a bit more vision, you know. It's generally a lot better in my opinion, and it works with the depth ones as well. Also, this is my stereotypical, add shutters, it will improve. Or you can add this, or even this. Now these are taller up windows. Personally, you're probably like, this looks a bit odd. It's probably because it doesn't blend very well in. This would work perfectly fine. And also the depth effect, for an example, it looks a little bit better. And also you can use trapdoors. And you can change the colour of the windows to this. It looks personally so good on some builds. Not all builds. That sounds good. Now you could add slabs, but pretty much there's not much to it. Now, this is doors. Personally, just leave it blank, I'm gonna be honest, but this is something. So, for an example, you can add a little rain shutter, but this will have to match the roof colour. Same with here. Probably not, but you can probably get away with this one. But personally, it looks alright. Now you can do it with that. And pretty much, that's the only roof tips I really have. Now, this is a pretty significant one. You can go with a blend for. I'm perfectly fine with that. It doesn't really matter now. Most people can do it. So, this can work in circumstances like a kitchen. So can this and that. But notice, yeah, granite and stuff whatever is granite and andesite. That's andesite, granite, and that's diorite. These are all easy to get. So that if you have a super smart and normal smart, and it's not easy. This is a simple one as well, you know. And you can do this one, maybe shave the logs, and it looks pretty good. Personally, I would recommend this one to the most people. I would not recommend this one or this one very much, unless this one pretty much looks ugly. It works with some logs, for example. It works with spruce sometimes, dark oak sometimes, and maybe jungle. Nah, acacia. Pretty much, this is another thing you can do, just lines, and this one has a bit more, well, design. I just broke that, sorry guys, mistakes are made. Don't tap hard. I'm tapping hard, that's a normal tap, that's how I tap. Pretty much, these are the roofs. There are not many, I did not want to do too many. So basically, this is a classic roof. It's not too much, but you can definitely tell it's got a bit of depth. And then pretty much, the next one's just got a bit on top. Now, this is one I don't really like very much. It looks alright on some builds, but it looks horrible on others. Now, this is medieval type, so you can add this, and you don't have to have like an outline. But personally, it works on all of these main outline, and so does this little bit here. You know, for an example, I can just maybe, never mind, I'll just do it on this one. I can put it here. No, not really. Now, I do like it. It's okay. This is probably one of my stereotypical ones. I did use it in Minecraft because it's easy and it's big, good for big houses and depth houses. These aren't so good for depth houses, but this is your goat, and pretty much this is some stuff you do need to do. So if you want decorations, for an example, you might as well have a carpet, because these things do add atmosphere and they do make the place 10 times better. Now, here's like, for an example, a pig or an axolotl with no fins. It looks alright, but it looks more like an axolotl with no fins. Pretty much, add a lot of these. I know bookshelves are pretty hard to get. As soon as you go to the end fortress and you whatever is Stronghold, I think it's called Stronghold, you can get this. And pretty much, you can put flower pots on it, which makes it look better, and you can have a full one and it looks good. Shelves. You can add stuff like a mace thingy, that's pretty rad. This is really all for trophies, and this is too. This works, and pretty much this is one I personally love taking on. Now, so typically, you just have a nice table. Yeah, use this in a lounge, and for an example, you can use this in a dining room. You can use this one in a dining room. You can use it like that. And pretty much you can use this for your chests. Now, I know this was a bit fast, I do apologise, but pretty much I hope you enjoyed this video, and like, comment and subscribe. If you made it this far, comment F. And also, will you be using these building tips in your world? Because personally, this isn't bad. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's not too bad. It goes over the basics with some wall depth, windows. Well, not the basics of windows. It goes through all of that, and pretty much doors, even floors, roofs. Not too much, because pretty much you don't want to overflow it. A little bit of decoration, but yeah, pretty much. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial.